and this is the work for Late2Work, the group 3D project. And so I was in charge of a lot of this shading, and so I'm just going to walk through some of the code here. And so here we have the vertex shader, which we just use a lot of the GL properties to get the actual shade. If it failed, then we go ahead and print that. Here we get the fragment shader, and then also if that failed, we basically just print that, and that helped us out a few times while debugging this project. After that, we create the program with this function from OpenGL, and then we attach the shaders to the specific sections that we want them to. And then here we bind the attribute locations to each individual one. So we go from 0, 1, 2, and then we just hear another check to see if it did properly. And then we delete them when we don't need them anymore. And then I also worked on setting up the model. So this basically just says that we're using the simple box models because we couldn't get the OBJ files to work. And first then we created the cube and then the index. And so a cube has 36 of these indices, so that's why we have 36 here. And after that, we create a bright blue box for player 2. So player 1 is a bright green, and then player 2 is a bright blue. And then all the obstacles are bright red. And then here we create the road, and so we basically initialize all the VAOs for the road here, and then from there we are able to just get that into the code. And so here we're basically texture mapping the asphalt image onto the road that we create. And so here is where we're doing all that here as well. And then here we have a load OBJ file. This differs from a little bit from the code that you provided. Basically, it just goes through, gets the file path, and then stores the actual vertex position into a new array list. And so the first pass, we go through and collect all the vertex positions, and then we handle that by parsing it. And then after that, we can render it. We can close it, to be able to go through a second pass. And then the second pass handles the faces and then constructs the final vertex data. So this handles all of the triangle faces. And then here's a try catch in order for us to put each texture onto that OBJ file that we have. And then we have a catch file if that breaks. And then here we just close it out. And then here's a simple print statement to figure out if it's finished. If it's empty, then we throw an error, and then we can catch that error down here. Here we also generate the colors and texture coordinate data. So this is just going to help us texture everything and get that where it's supposed to be. Because we really only have a color that we need, we just add it here, and then we have the texture, but we don't really have that right now, so it's just kind of dummy texture coordinates. And then after that, we convert lists to arrays for OpenGL. So we get these lists, and now we have to convert them to arrays for OpenGL to work properly. So this is what each of these are doing for the vertex, color, text coordinates, and then the indexes. And then here we set up the VAOs and VBOs, and then we position them with attribute of 0. And then here we do the same thing but with 1. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the code now, and I'm going to run our game. And so here I'm the green block, and as you can see, I'm going to dodge. We have some audio, and yeah, so it's working, and we're able to just dodge and move, get out of the way of these things, and then once both players are out, it'll quit the game. And so yeah, that's all that I have to share for this project. Thanks for watching. That we do have 2 players, so as you can see from here, I am the second player now, but I don't have an extra computer to show the server working. So right now what it does is it connects one player, assigns them, and when a new player connects, they assign them the other player. And so here I'm having player 1 already assigned, and now player 2 is being assigned. And so this is both. So player 1 is controlled with the arrow keys, and then this blue one is controlled by a WASD. And so yeah, I just wanted to show that quickly because we have the functionality to do 2 people through server, but because I don't have someone to demonstrate that, I had to do it manually. But yeah, thanks for watching.